and along, you know, the cannon thing up on the top of the cliffs.
Oh, aye.
As well.
I didn't go up there when I go on a walk. I start like at the Marsden and walk right along the cliff edges. But there's always kids at the cannon, I get a bit scared, so I'm not going up there. I'll go and do by the water's edge instead.
Deka would be straight, I wouldn't. After his comment last week or the week before.
It's recording, you know.
Is it? Yeah, good.
I love catching us all out. Right, these two are sitting playing Pokemon.
that conversation.
Would you like to tell everyone? Would you like to look in the camera and tell everyone your ages?
22.
Stone.
I'm fucking heavy up now.
So everyone that is watching is probably realising, everyone that is listening has probably already realised that Besty's back with one.
He is.
I'm waving down the camera now.
There he is.
For the benefit of those who haven't got the kind of
Because when you interacted with the camera, did you not see that little gif I made last week? It was like this.
I did. Oh no, did I can't remember.
So, at some point you've got to do a little bit of interaction with
He doesn't follow you on Twitter, man.
It's not very nice.
I'm just saying.
I follow your personal account.
See?
It's boring, that one though.
I don't really use that one. I just retweet my own stuff on that one. I'm like reverse Umar.
I do that sometimes. If I want to get numbers, I'll retweet from Taylor and Besty as well. So
It's the only time you're allowed on their account.
I'm really proud of a tweet. Looking at Taylor and Besty, retweet and come back into mine.
Because everyone will think, oh, Taylor's done that, not Besty. I like all the names down, Taylor, not Besty.
Taylor, not Besty. Some of the stuff he was putting on them, I was talking to my mate at work about this today. And like, politically, I'm pretty similar to Taylor on that.
Hi, Taylor.
But some of the stuff he puts on there, I think, fuck, I took my fight that, like, I don't want this. So I kind of, like, I was on the verge of saying, look, yeah, that's in my name.
You're like that on fucking Facebook.
What do you mean?
With your, every post, anything to do with Labour, you're straight in there with your little red rose.
Ooh, am I?
Oh, aye.
I don't really comment
on that Conservative one.
Oh, he was a stupid little Tory prick, wasn't he? Did you see him? I think he was hard posting
it was quite funny.
Conservative leaflet through
was he in the Platinum Club, like, was he?
Oh, next door, Deka. Aye. He's another one.
Deka's a Tory. 100%. He admitted
He's
it.
going to kick right off when he listens to this.
He's not yet to see
right
you.
He's going to go mental.
No. It's true, isn't
but
it?
I was the same Tory kid that he was running locally for around here.
Oh, right.
And he was posting flyers through Labour's door.
Oh, the one at Westall?
Yeah. Like, I'm not sure that was achieving apart from wasting leaflets. Like,
what was funny was all of the comments. That isn't even a proper household. So you've wasted your leaflet. Like you did.
My favourite thing. He's what he was like trying to do in the local area. Was I'm going to make all council car parks free. I was like, no, you're not. Are you kidding? It's probably the council's biggest income, to be fair.
I think it's a Tory councilor in Shields could say whatever he wanted to do.
Oh, he's never.
And he's not getting in. No. Which is actually probably it's not a bad thing that Tories aren't getting in, but I don't want to get too much into this. But it's got to be a good opposition, I think, because otherwise it's still not fucking run roughshod. Like,
I don't like the fact that they charge for the seafront car parks now.
Hospital car park for me.
No,
that's ranked out, like.
It is.
I got a ticket there once. I thought I was having a heart attack now, so I had to go to the hospital, got checked out. I wasn't. I was just had too much tea.
Too much tea.
Too much tea.
I got food on to drink.
To drink the caffeine.
That must have been a lot of tea. That, like.
I thought you meant like.
Jesus. No. Oh God, I'm stuffed. Christ, me heart can't take it.
I always have too much tea, and I'm used to that now. But no, I was sitting in the office. It's literally a 7-minute walk from the office to like my house. And I was walking with my mate Lee.
You had 7 cups of tea during that 7 minutes.
I was talking to my mate Lee and I got out of breath. I thought, fuck, what's wrong with this? So I gone to hospital. I thought, do you smoke? No, I've literally never smoked.
Did you have like ECG on that?
I had the things. I've got a proper hairy chest as well. Like, so, and I was too long. I was too tall. So I
was too long.
So I had to kind of. I had to do half.
That answers that question.
I had to do half a crunch, so it was like taut between my ankle and my chest. Now, in the end, the guy gans the exercise. I've got it for a big lad, exercise quite a bit. And he gans, oh, your blood rate's really low. I says, aye, wait, because I get out and stuff. He gans, right, smoke? No. Do you drink tea? I fucking love tea, aye. Aye, don't do that anymore, basically. So I'm sitting at work drinking decaf tea all day, and it's basically tea flavoured water.
I would understand if it was coffee, like, but
tea's still like coffee,
but not.
I think
unless you were like proper black tea,
like pound for pound, tea's more caffeinated, but because with coffee you have more of a bigger kind of amount, it's actually got more caffeine in it. There's a little bit of it. This is
educational podcast for you tonight.
This isn't your two blokes dressed as dogs, or
This is probably more interesting than last night's game, to be fair, though.
Tomato ketchup when you have fucking Sunday dinner.
Right, well, what is your opinion
Besty's
on the
already
tomato
messaged me
sauce?
saying he's
Come
going to
on.
put a big line.
Outrageous. It's absolutely outrageous. I'm a man who knows a dinner as well. And like,
Clearly.
but I was sitting there.
You're in the minority tonight.
I was sitting kind of like, it's like having vinegar in a Sunday dinner. But then when you make mint sauce, you put vinegar in it. So I'll probably have vinegar on every single Sunday dinner I've ever had. So I've mint sauce.
Would you have mint sauce even if you have like chicken
Oh,
or beef?
Oh, it's great. Because veg, let's be fair, veg is alright, but it tastes a bit shit. Like broccoli's fucking alright, but you've got to put either put loads of salt in it or loads of mint sauce, and it becomes a treat.
Or just gravy?
Gravy and mint sauce.
Did you have any more points that you wanted to bring up from
From last week's, I'm trying to think of it. What was that thing with Chinese with ketchup?
No, that was him
that
with
was
vinegar.
Deka, wasn't it?
Vinegar.
That was him with vinegar. And
Vinegar.
Curry from the Chinese.
Aye.
Vinegar on it.
What, like a Chinese, like the kind of pale yellowy orangey curry thing, like?
Aye, curry sauce.
You're about the don't knock you've tried it thing, and I was
I'm
thinking that doesn't sound good to me, like.
It is like.
But
what about like if you went to the chip shop and got like curry and chips? Because it's similar sort of affair.
No, it's not.
Like a jumbo sausage, chips and curry sauce.
No, but you don't get rice.
Beautiful that.
It's the rice with the vinegar on which I'm worrying about here.
Chicken curry, fried rice, chips, half and half.
This is what gets me with the rice. Putting the vinegar on the rice.
Oh no, you put it on top of your.
Yeah, but you're mixing it with your rice.
Just brings out all the flavour.
I will need to investigate this further. I think.
Try it.
I was ready to really poo-poo that, like, but now I'm sitting here thinking like, maybe it's alright.
Even when you get in the match, if you get curry and chips at the match, you can get a little sachet vinegar to put it on.
I've never eaten the match. Last time I had it.
Just because it's there doesn't mean it's made for the curry. It's like,
well, you're not going to have it. You're not going to have it on a hot dog, are you? On a burger.
A bulky pie with a Twix in it and that. Last time I had any bait at the match was when Kieran Dyer and Lee Boyer had that fight. So I kind of thought, well, maybe that was me.
Just for entertainment.
Maybe that was my thing, like, so like last time I wore Newcastle, a shirt the game from that season was when Portsmouth beat them 4-1. When Kasapa, like, well, I don't know what he did.
Wow.
Aye. So I don't wear shirts for the match anymore now because, well, I'm 36.
And you're an adult.
I
was going to say.
I'm sitting here in a...
The last couple of weeks is the first time I've worn a shirt in years and years.
It's very rare. Turn into Jonathan Wass there. It's very rare I'll wear a shirt in the match. I think the last one I wore one. No, I wore one this season, but it was the old one, the NTL one. The blue and the grey sleeves.
Well, I was
it's like that colour.
NTL home.
I only started wearing it because I felt left out, because you used to would turn up wearing one every week.
It was the
I've worn one once.
No, you've won a couple of times.
Bollocks.
I'm sure I had a black and white day at the start of the season. I was at last season. Remember that when you weren't? It might have been the first time I had Gallowgate flags, so they encourage you to wear black and white shirts.
Did they?
I think that was the last time. Aye. I think I wore the home version of this one, the Essex, the Blue Star.
I've got that one. It's got Cole 9 on the back.
He was meant to him, like.
We're just reminiscing now.
That one reminds us of Alex Matthew.
Aye. Scott Sellers for me.
Scott Sellers.
I'm surprised there's no clicks in that top. It's
like a proper
mine is top, isn't it?
Mine's proper.
No, it is like this.
The blue one's even worse.
I've actually only had this a month. I had the original version when I was a kid, but it was obviously we had Adidas after we had Asics, and I was dead excited about Adidas. So I got Adidas number 5 on the back of it, and it looks shit and half it peeled off, so it's in the loft now.
Is that Rule Fox, wasn't it?
It was Rule Fox number 5 at the time, aye. So I got it. I thought I wanted a proper version where it's just like kind of unsullied. And
unstained.
Just one that I can kind of stretch on my kite when it fits, and it doesn't really.
It's like a new generation kit, isn't it?
Oh,
like
it is
skin tight.
But I wasn't too sure what to wear because I've got the green and purple keeper top. I nearly wore that the night. Then I was Adam last week saying, "Oh, if you're gonna get one of them ones, don't get one without the fucking branding and stuff."
Did you want that thing?
And because I've got a couple of score draw ones, but it's ones from the early 80s. Where you're not gonna.
Oh, they're alright.
I think it was Randall
proper
who got the proper iron on them.
Aye, did
all that.
I
thought about taking that.
It works.
Doesn't it wash off?
Keep it under 30 degrees, you'll be alright.
Aye, quick rinse.
Oh.
Don't tumble dry it.
So everyone that's tuned in to find out about Everton.
Fuck that, it was shit
That was
anyway.
absolutely poor.
I didn't watch it. I was watching the Manics last night, so I'm.
Do you want to talk about them
Aye, oh, really good, like, aye. Nice emotional return, like, good set, loads of new stuff, some old stuff I haven't paid for years, and that,
it's
like,
a mixture.
A good mixture, good socialist lads as well, like, so.
I like the Manics.
I love them, like, aye, love them. Great lads.
But yeah, last night's game, that was bad.
It was a typical Sam Allardyce affair, wasn't it?
We went down to his level, didn't we? He brought everything down to just.
They were just. it was just like a end of season, mid-table, nobody can be bothered. I mean, we tried, like, to be fair, but they just were just happy to sit back and do nothing, weren't they?
Just spoil.
You can understand, obviously, Everton are we're 8th now in the league. You can understand why the fans don't want Allardyce. Imagine, fair enough, he's
That's the same as us, isn't it?
Bloody hell.
It's the same as us when he was there. It was just horrible, boring, negative football. It just wasn't pleasant.
There's no pleasure to be derived from it. Even when we were playing it, the football isn't like... It's not what, like, you know, how...
It's not expansive, is it?
Newcastle fans are meant to be this, they're meant to demand attacking, swashbuckling wingers and all that kind of... It's not the case. And, like, Benitez, the football isn't always great to watch, but I don't know, their team of triers and stuff, and I think that was part of the problem with Allardyce's team, was like you had... But Mike Lowe was there at the time, and he couldn't give a fucking monkeys.
Babiaro.
Celestine Babiaro,
Boom Song.
Was he still there?
It was like Zombie on the Allardyce.
Because he went to Juve in the end, didn't he, when they got relegated? Kasapa, it was David Rosnell. Jeremy.
Which kit was it?
It was the...
then I'll narrow it down. Was it
it was the black sleeves.
The bold black stripes.
Aye. With the black colour.
It's like Alan Smith and that.
Aye. Alan Smith one, that's right, aye.
Milner
scored the stadium light in the blue away. Baby blue with the black kind of square.
Duff as well, wasn't he?
Duff.
Duff was there then, aye. Martins Viduka.
Habib Bey.
Fucking Viduka. What are your thoughts on Habib Bey? Because him and Deka, I thought he was good.
He was cracking.
Do you think he was good?
I remember he scored a header against Birmingham.
I'm still just convinced of shit.
He was class. Now it is
class. We've gone from good to class now.
He was mint.
He was the best right back we've ever had.
He probably was, you know. I can't think of it.
Wow, Warren Barton for a start.
He was a bit shite though, wasn't he?
He wasn't great, but he was better than Habib Bey.
I don't know how he was. Yeah, I remember Habib Bey.
Hot Tiger was alright now.
He was good, like, fair play, like, Hot Tiger was good. But Barry Venice was great, no, to be honest with you.
Barry,
aye.
But then he moved into midfield, didn't he?
He did briefly, aye, when Steve Watson started coming through some more. Aye. Robbie Elliott. Wasn't really right back, like, was named footballers now.
We're just thinking of happier times.
Aye. Franz Carr.
I'm quite happy right now.
Franz Carr, what a Franz Carr. Say Franz Carr.
Very much the
Too young for you.
And how do you know, like, the amount of people that listen to this that are like
They'll
below
be
the age of like 25? I'm going to clue what he's talking about.
That middle age now. Franz Carr, aye. He was very much the Obertan of the 1992. He was proper quick, but
he was a shit version of Rule Fox.
Aye. He was like a crap Habib Bey.
So just Habib Bey.
He was named Kevin Brock, like.
Kevin Brock, aye.
Well, look the back of the pole, man.
I remember, my dad took us in the family enclosure. That's not a euphemism. I was at Bain. And, sorry, Dad. And we're sitting on the long benches used to have in the East Stand.
Yeah.
Sitting on there and was...
in front of the boxes.
Aye, the ball boy was...
So you said on your dad's long bench in the morning.
on the wood. Giving it because I just like polish up with my backside now. And then there was a ball boy that was like, we walked up the road back, there was a ball boy in front of it. And it was, I'm sure it was Kevin Brock. And someone from the crowd shouts, ball boy, next time Kevin Brock tries to get a ball off you, tell him to fuck off. Why? Why would he tell Kevin Brock? Was it Kevin Brock? It might be Ray Ranson, I can't remember now. But
Ray Ranson.
Aye.
He had a great haircut.
He nearly bought Man City as well, didn't he?
Aye. Yeah.
In fact, he might be involved with that.
I'm sure he was part of the board or something like that.
Aye.
You used to be like great in a football quiz, wouldn't you?
You know, it is.
As long as it was like late 80s, early 90s, and then...
I'll tell you, it was unreal. Because I've always, like, obviously I've got a reputation, but I'm kind of people going like, Besty, you know quite a bit about, like, about shit. And I do. But I start, you know, Mark Corby does NFC.
He knows everything.
I was on a quiz, I was on the GallowgateShots quiz with him. And, like, his knowledge is incredible. Like, he's like Rain Man. But, like, not socially, like, terrible. He's just,
Is that just football based, though?
Everything, it was when they had 3 keepers against West Ham in 85 or something like that. And everyone else is going like, I'm sure one was Peter Beatty, and he just goes right to that straight away. And there's one bloke I'd never heard of. I've never heard of this bloke, and he just goes, it was him because he did that. And we came joined first in the quiz in the end. And it was just off Mark. It was me, Mark, Taylor, our Taylor Payne, and Brian up got the game with him. Like, I thought, me and Taylor got to get out here. And I think I got one question right of the whole thing. And it was, which club in Newcastle get Pavel Siricek from? Banik Ostrava. But I knew
that one.
And Mark's, it's incredible. Like I've seen out like that. Like
It's mental, isn't it? How like much people can take in from like just football.
The retention.
Mental.
Aye, it is. Because I know a couple of days in Scott numbers. I think I'm Johnny Big Cut and that. Like, and I thought, no, nothing will be further.
There's times where like people will be listening to this podcast and I can't even remember who played last. I'm doing a podcast on it.
I would do that all the time.
Remember, like I thought I played Crystal Palace 3 weeks in a row. It's like my mind just can't take anything in. My brain just shit. To be fair, which is once again I need Lascelles punches in the face to get me shit together.
Aye.
You're full of other stuff in there.
I'm not. I'm really not. Like nothing. Like there's nothing in my head or on it.
Well, that's true.
Apart from this hat.
That's hat.
This shit hat.
LL's hat.
Fezzer. No.
Fezzer.
That's not your shit hat, though. Is that the shit hat he meant?
No, we'll get on to Fezzer later on. Stupid prick. Right, Everton game.
I bet you're that.
So
he's rattled.
I'm rattled, fuming. Aye. Right, so Everton game. There's one change of the side. Slimani came in for Dwight Gale. Slimani came in. Did you expect that? We were talking about work before, and all the lads said he's going to start.
Yeah.
I think so. I think that's what he was brought in for, wasn't it? And it's been like he hasn't been fit, and he played 20 minutes for is he Algerian?
Yes,
it is. Yeah. Great for that.
I hope so, because he's playing for them. I see that hasn't stopped Richie playing for Scotland.
No,
I haven't seen his passport.
I'll Houghton playing for Ireland as well. This is all like a 80s, 90s.
We're going really back, aren't we?
But I think I kind of was. Bless him. I like Gale, and last season, like Gale, like he was massive, a huge part of Newcastle going up. But I think he's been found out a little bit this season. He's not getting the same chances. He's not getting the same space.
Yeah.
And I think Slimani, certainly when it looked like there might be a relegation bother, I think you would expect him to play more often than not.
Yeah.
And I would still expect. I probably would expect him to play the rest of the season. Like obviously fitness dependent and stuff.
He's much more physical, isn't he?
Aye. He's pretty rapid as well. Like,
yeah.
Strong,
well, we said that.
Fast,
we said that last.
We said he just basically would just say he's a fast Mitrovic.
Aye. Well, that's it. Because when you look at him, he's built, the way he looks and everything on the pitch is, it's Mitrovic until he runs.
Yeah,
and then
he is fast.
Mitrovic, but good. He's done well at Fulham, Mitrovic. He's done really well. He scored a crack against Portugal.
Found his level.
I don't know. I mean, I like to think he'll come back to someone and just kind of get Rafa. Watch out last season, like.
I think either way we're going to benefit. He's either going to come back a decent player or we're going to get a decent amount of money for him.
I really want him to do well, Mitrovic, and I kind of take the piss out and all that. Like, and I think a lot of what people like about him is that he's like a badge kisser and all that. Like, and he
cheerleader.
Stephen McLaren apparently had to sit him down at the start of last season because he couldn't make a play Sunderland. Like sitting down like
imagine just every week playing Sunderland yet.
He's sitting there like a fixture. Listen, he's like like playing for Christmas, and McLaren had to sit him down and that.
So he sounds like a Mackham, but in reverse.
Actually, but then like I like that, but I'd love him to be brilliant.
Yeah,
I'd love him to just like turn up and like get 2 or 3, like do what Mo Salah's doing at the minute for Liverpool. It's probably 10-0 now, is it down there?
Even if he was
5, it was before.
Even if he was at the level like I can't even talk. What Andy Carroll was like when he was playing for, where he still looked like getting the goals.
He was so exciting, him like.
Aye,
he really was.
He could make a chance out of nothing though. But to be fair to him, he's doing that now in the Championship.
I find it frustrating when fans are turning around saying, "Well, it's only a Championship." I was like, "Are you just slating him for not scoring in the Championships?" And I'm like, "He is scoring."
He's getting a run of games, isn't he? I don't think he's got the legs to play the Premier League. Like,
I don't think it's. I've already said it. He'll not be in Newcastle next year.
I don't think he will be. No, I don't. I like to think Slimani might be, but there again, I'm basing that on like I didn't get the Arsenal match. I didn't watch last night's match. I'm basing that on 15 minutes against Huddersfield. Yeah. And that header he put through for Richie's goal against Arsenal.
The way he got up.
Tell you what was brilliant about that, and I've not heard anyone mention it yet, was I don't know who headed it back towards that corner, but Perez putting pressure on him. It would have been easy for Perez to stand on his heels and just watch him clear, but he puts a pressure on him, forces him to head it back that corner. Slimani puts a touch in Perez. And I know Perez, I know fine well he's going to come in for some abuse later on in the year, like, because he was shit last night apparently. But like, but he, over the past few home games, like he's worked his bollocks off.
Yeah, he has.
I like Perez, mate. Like I watched that through ball he tried to put through last night.
Oh God,
that's
so heavy.
I couldn't believe that. I'd been upset with that.
Couldn't believe it.
Dog shit.
I mean, that was the thing. He put his hand to his head when he'd done it, but that he was, just play that ball and he's through on goal, and that's a goal. Every day of the week. It was just a shocking pass.
That was bad, but there was times in the games where he was playing well, and his link-up play is getting better. Perez's.
I think he's improving. Again, it goes back to what you were saying last week about players that Benitez. Is there any player in the squad that Benitez couldn't improve? And I think I'm going to name the same names that everyone says: Dummett, Perez, Richie. Diarmi a little bit. I'm going to come on that later on, I think. Where they're far better players because of who they're playing for.
Yeah.
If they were playing for like Carver, McLaren, Pardew, then they'd be gone. And I know a lot of them have played for all them, like, but they wouldn't be playing at the level that they're playing at now. They certainly wouldn't be in the Premier League.
Yeah, 100%. Rafa's getting the best out of those players. And
he is. I think quite modest players. And when the people talk about Lascelles, there's a thing about Lascelles going to Tottenham this week that I've seen a couple of times online. I honestly don't know if he's good enough. I think Rafa's got the team so well organised, and he's a massive part of that. Rafa's kind of, because Lascelles before that Southampton game when Yama broke his hand, Lascelles was shit. Lascelles he was rubbish. He was clumsy. He was
We've
slow.
said that a few times.
And I think I'm not too sure if I'm not saying Pochettino because I think Pochettino's a great manager. I don't think that he could get out of him what Rafa has because he seems to have become like a father figure to him almost.
Yeah, 100% agree.
I think that's made him a far better player. I think he's playing above himself at the minute.
Well,
you've seen that at the end of the Arsenal game, that relationship that they've got. Like when he came over and they were like, he basically put his arm around and they were having a bit of a conversation.
I saw something. It was on one of the papers today, and it was about Rafa and like how he's like really good with the players and that, and how he's constantly just football.
Aye.
And he was saying Lascelles was like walking down the corridor and that, and Rafa probably said out of his office, and he's going, "Man on!" Like just to see how like Lascelles would react on that. Apparently Lascelles turned the wrong way, so Rafa's like, "No, he's getting him saying you've got to turn." Me and Taylor met Rafa a couple of years ago, and like not long after, like early in the championship season, and his enthusiasm. He was, I don't know if I told the story last time I was on or not, but like, we're sitting there, there was me, Taylor, Michael Martin from True Faith, friend of the podcast, I understand, and Rafa's sitting there and he's going, do you know how to defend the corner? That you one stroke.
And I'm going, that sounds like that.
He's never coming back again.
And we're sitting there going, Rafa can defend the corner, do you know what to do? We're like, no. So he stands up, he starts moving chairs around his office, and he says, you put your best side of the ball at the back post, because he's one attacking. If you're attacking it, if you're defending, you put your best side of the ball in the middle. I'm thinking, what's this? You just get your best out of the ball, Mark. And now he's going, no, here's what you do. You've got to face that way. You do that, and the ball comes in. Your keeper does that. He's moving chairs on his office. And he's drunk in the air. And I'm like, this is unreal, this. But it's that thing with Lascelles as well. His enthusiasm. He sat for 4 hours with us and just talked about football.
Yeah.
And it was like, stuff he said, so I haven't said really anything else. But like, it's just his enthusiasm, his love of the game and that. And I think he really gets off on it. And that's a big thing, I think, with him staying up here. And the rumours with him getting the Arsenal job.
Yeah.
He loves the clubs he's managed, Madrid notwithstanding. You've got Valencia, I think it was Osasuna, where was he? Wherever it was. Liverpool, didn't do it Chelsea, but the clubs he's done really well at have been like local, passionate, you know, like kind of.
He said that himself when we went to see him, didn't he? He was like, he loves having that almost.
It's connection, isn't
it? The connection with the fan and the family kind of feel around the club and stuff like that. And like you talked about when we're there, his proudest moment in football, and like the things that he's won in his life. But his proudest moment was when he took a tiny small club in Spain and got them promoted and won the league.
Was it Tenerife? Was that something like that?
No, it was. I can't remember the name.
I can't remember.
Small club, and it was just from a tiny little town.
Right.
And that's his biggest achievement in football. You think everything that he's gone on to do to win what he's seen and achieved, and he still looks at that as the biggest thing, because I guess it's probably a bit like Leicester winning the Premier League.
Yeah,
that's similar kind of thing.
Aye. No, he was. I think it is. Like I say again, this link he's had with Arsenal the last few weeks. I think he made a mistake doing it. I'm obviously sitting here in a Newcastle shirt saying that, but like, he wouldn't get what he's got in Newcastle at Arsenal. He'd have a better team, and the big stadium and all that, and whatever he's going to have. He's got Big Robbie, fucking giving it 6 out full-time belt and stuff. But like, the kind of community thing he had at Liverpool, he's had it in Newcastle, and he, like I say, he's managed in London before with Chelsea, did it in Madrid, and you haven't got that in those cities. He's like season traveller, I've been in Madrid, like. But I think, I don't know if I just wanted to think it, but he just.
I kind of see him going there, like.
I don't think he would. I think he'd make a mistake. I don't think the fans would take him.
Yeah.
I don't think he would last a couple of years there.
No, I think the Arsenal fans just want to attack football non-stop, don't they?
Yeah, that's gets level with us all the time as well. Like, so you never know how much that's just a bit of a
cliche.
But they're never happy though.
No.
They are the most deluded fans I've ever met.
But once again, that always gets flipped around on us.
Yeah. I mean, look, the way that they've hounded Wenger out, basically, haven't they? You know, after what he's achieved for them in
think-
the time that he's been there.
But I think it was Wenger's time to go a couple of years ago.
That's probably right, I mean, he's still won the FA Cup a couple of times, but I agree with that. You've seen him kind of slide, and you can put it down to the money that Chelsea have had, Man City have had.
That's the thing for me, like. How do you compete
Fair
with
enough to
them?
Wenger. Wenger probably thought, I can turn this around, I can win another trophy, I can win another cup, and at the end of the day, looking back in hindsight, he just couldn't.
He's been good enough to in the past, but he's been overtaken as well. Like, you know what I mean? He's well into his 60s now. Like,
Was it 20 years? 20 years?
22 years.
2006.
That's
wasn't it?
mental. 22 years at one point.
Oh, aye.
It's phenomenal. That was Ferguson, 25 or something.
Ferguson took over, was it 83 from Ron Atkinson?
He was longer than that.
Oh, actually, it was later because it was he was at Aberdeen when and then managed Scotland 86 World Cup, I'm sure. Oh, I might be talking shit.
Late, I think it was late 80s, like.
Aye.
Well, obviously longer than
Wenger.
Longer than Wenger at the time, but I think Wenger might have overtaken him since. No, I can't do it because he took over in 96, so now you can't.
I'm sure it'll be about 20 or 25 years from that.
It was definitely right there or thereabouts, aye. But I think the next longest in the Premier League is like it's.
It was Pardew. When we had Pardew. It was at one point Pardew.
You'll never see that.
Nah.
That again.
Nah, Rafa said as much as well. He said that this week.
You'll never see that again.
I love Rafa, you know. I could just talk about Rafa all night.
I've noticed, obviously,
I'm going to try and steer it that way, to be honest with you.
in the last, obviously, it comes with a bit of with it been enjoying a bit of success, but the anti-Rafa stuff has died down a bit in the negative comments that were flying around. But I guess when you win 4-0,
There wasn't many. Like, you mean from our fans?
aye.
There wasn't many.
I've seen a fair bit, like.
I saw a few, but I mean, there were definitely the exceptions. Like, but you do say on Twitter, you say someone, and then you kind of delve a
Do you
bit.
not think it's just for a
More so
reaction,
on Facebook, on the
There's a lot of
on
people
the
that don't
groups
get
and
much
stuff like that.
interaction on social media, so they'll use stuff like that just to get a bit of a bite,
Get
basically.
it, just to get some
Yeah.
attention, maybe. Aye.
Because they'll know for fine well someone like myself is going to retweet it.
Well, I mean, like the people that I know that were kind of, you know, a bit sick of him. It's like, oh well, yeah, we're winning now because he's actually keeping a settled team. He's not making changes, and it's like, well, but we're now not playing, you know, 2 games in a week and stuff like that. We've now got no injury worries that we've got to think about and stuff like that. It's all circumstance. So
We've actually been okay with injuries this year. Remember, in every season we would.
First time ever.
This when.
Last year.
bar
I can't
out a
remember
little bit
last
last
year.
season,
up to Christmas, wasn't it? That was the
Aye, well,
that was
Lascelles was
about
out,
the worst
Dummett was
bit.
out.
Lascelles, Dummett, Gale was out for a fair bit.
There's been a couple of injuries
Shelby
this year.
was out.
Nothing like major. You've had like Marino's been injured, Lejeune was injured, Atu's currently injured.
What's happened to Marino? Because he's fit again now, yeah. I think he's just.
We came on.
He came on.
last night.
He didn't look too. I mean, obviously he wasn't with the pace of the game, but he looked better than he has in the times that he has came on.
I think
Recently.
I've got a feel Marino's going to go the same way as what Tovan has. He's going to go back over to Spain. I know obviously Tovan went back to France, and he's going to do well. It's going to be exceptional well.
Whenever Marseille play, the Tovan seems to score. Because I follow that English account.
I think he's
And
worth
it's always-
80 million or something now. Mental, innit? But just shows you how well a league can see.
Well, it shows you how badly he was managing Newcastle, so I think the same applies to Cabela.
Yeah.
There is that, but
But
he didn't want to be here.
Oh, no, I
He
don't think
didn't
he
want to
did.
be here.
I know, but we're saying he doesn't want to be here, but he came, like, so if he didn't want to be here, he wouldn't, would he? Surely. He's still got, like, he can turn around and say, I'm not going, I'm on a contract, I'll stay here. So if he didn't want to come...
He was at Marseille, no, wasn't he? They get from Marseille, then he went back there. And Cabela went back to Marseille, then ended up in...
Montpellier,
He was from Montpellier.
Montpellier, because him and
Yann
Biwa.
He went back, who did he go? Marseille?
He went to Marseille, but he's gone on again now. He's
He's
like
somewhere else,
social
aye.
or something like that. Like,
He's
still in
jogging,
France,
aye.
but he's playing alright where he is apparently, but he's not.
It's Tovan, where's him? Yabo these days? Young
He went
He went to Lyon,
to...
didn't he?
No, did he not get to Italy?
Oh, he went to Roma.
Oh.
He went to Roma, then went to Lyon. I don't know where he is now.
He was supposed to be the next big thing as
Oh, I
well.
would have signed him.
I don't think he got a fake crackle whip either.
I remember when they signed him, I forget who, one of the local journalists said what might be his weakness is that he's quite, like Aaron Hughes was, like he can play in a few different positions.
Vesting.
That's the word.
He doesn't have a, like...
And I think that did do for him in the end.
Actually, he plays in midfield a few times as well, didn't he?
I did. It might
Yeah,
be Philippe
defensive
Auclair,
midfielder.
like one of the French journalists,
Yeah.
on a podcast. I forget who it was now, but it said that he can play anyway, so that can be to his detriment because he's not. Maybe he's going to get a solid run. I think that's what happened. I
liked him, you know.
Young Gambiwa. I think he
Cleared it off the line.
against Spurs. That Tim
And
Kroos
Kroos
game.
was like the best goal,
It was,
best goalkeeping performance ever.
Mind that game, Kroos there. There's only maybe one or two saves that he shouldn't make. There's one from a free kick early in the first half. He puts out at the top. And I'm speaking out one. And Adam's the goalkeeper.
You should have.
But no,
I'm glad he saved him because he should have.
it's like, you know, the Jim Montgomery thing from the cup final. I forget who follows in now for Leeds with the second chance. He should score that. Like, that's a fucking terrible effort. Like Montgomery does alright to get there and that. He does do well to get there, don't get us wrong. But he shouldn't have a fucking cat in hell's chance with that.
No.
Yeah.
Should have buried it.
Aye. And that's the same with the Krul thing at Tottenham for me. They had loads of chances. But if he lets any of them in, you think, well, that's his ball, that, like. I reckon. There was one from a free kick where it deflects off the wall, a bit like Paul Parker in 1990.
Yeah, spins around eye.
And like he gets to it and I thought, that's great, that, like. And the one that Young and Biwa cleared off the line, I seem to recall he did really well prior to that.
I don't even know, I still to this day, I don't know how he's managed to clear that off the line.
Nah, he's under the crossbar.
He's like overhead kicked it
unreal.
from mental. We were talking last night about goalkeepers now. We mentioned because Dubrovnik he slid for the ball that looked like he was going to go out the box again. But remember when Darlow done that?
That's Rotherham last season.
Then he still managed to save it. He fell over. We were trying to figure out who he fell over.
Yeah, Yedlin, I think.
Is that who it was?
I'm sure Yedlin slid and he kind of fell over him.
He fell over and still saved it.
I think
He just fell onto the ball. Just
sure
one of them.
It was Yedlin who would be centre half that day. Because I'm sure it was the announced each
It
other.
would be Lascelles and Clark,
I
wouldn't it?
can't remember.
Was it
I thought it was
Clark?
Clark. I thought it was Clark,
actually.
but he thought it was Dummett.
Could have been.
I
It
don't know
was
if
that side, like.
Yedlin might have held their bloke back a little bit. He definitely played a part. I don't know if they bloke got down to a red card, like penalty certainly.
I'll have a pint, please.
That was.
A pint.
Go on, I will do. Get that. Start a problem, please, mate. I'm an expensive guest.
I've gone in the pump.
Should we slag him off now? He's gone.
Yeah.
Aye. Let's pick the last one, like.
What was just
No,
like? What was it about? I can't even remember.
I remember one of them was that he looked like the because he said a pack or a band bottle, but it was Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Aye. I'm not too sure about a blonde hair either.
I don't think
Billy Idol.
I don't think he was overly sure.
No.
I love it how like that Adam's gone. We're slagging. He'll be watching this guy. I got this last week. But we're just done with the Everton game now. There's not really much.
There wasn't really much
to
to talk about, was there?
I'm
To be
trying to think.
fair,
There's the penalties. The referee apologising. That's been doing the rounds a day.
Let's talk about him.
he was awful, absolutely awful.
He's the one, the Colaccini one, isn't
Yeah.
he?
The Stadium
Yes.
Light.
Yes.
Aye.
When
Sure
we
he
were
was,
on a flight back from.
Yep.
Where were Magaluf?
Magaluf, aye.
I haven't been to Magaluf for years.
We were on the flight back. It was our mate's stag do, so I've been to Magaluf. It's fucking freezing, like.
I was like October. When it was October.
We were sunbathing.
Aye, but it wasn't really warm.
Well, no, it obviously wasn't August. Like it was. What?
There's nothing open.
It was October and November,
Was it
wasn't it?
late September or late? It was like
October, I think.
Oh.
But we got back on the flight and we're about like on the approach back to Newcastle, and then everyone's like trying to turn the phone on.
We
And
got signal, didn't we? Like,
I was sat next to one of the lads, and then he just looks away. He's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, it's 2-0." The next one, "Oh, for fuck's sake, it's 3-0." I was like, "Wait, man, I haven't even landed. These goals are going in." There's your Colaccini's been sent off.
I was never a cut. Wasn't even a penalty.
It got overturned, didn't it?
Wasn't it?
Got
Absolutely
overturned, didn't it? But it just shows. Hey, this is why there's no like British referees getting the World Cup.
Because they're shite.
Because they're shite at the minute, like proper shite.
Well, British referees at the World Cup, you got 2006 when Graham Poole booked a Croatian had 3 times.
Did three
Yes.
points?
I forget who that was. It was it Stanish or someone like that. It was on.
It would have ended.
When I was in Cuba, like last month on my jollies and that, and I was just flicking, I went back for like a can of pop or something. I'm flicking through the towns on the box, and that comes on. So I fucking champion, that's that much up. Full game, brilliant. And then 2010 World Cup was when Nigel de Jong tried to put his foot through Xavi Alonso's chest.
Yes.
I was Webb referee. I don't know if any Englishman reffed in 2014. Like,
What's his face from up
It
here?
would have been
Clattenburg.
Clattenburg with tattoos.
Aye.
And his hair transplant and that.
Does he have a hair transplant?
I'm sure he has.
Oh, yeah, he has.
Aye.
Was it Clattenburg that was going? Who's the other one that was proper bald, the younger one,
Dermot
younger
Gallagher.
referee?
He was definitely bald.
Roger Milford.
Oof, that's a blast from the past.
No, it was a younger ref, and he had like a massive ball patch at the back,
Up,
like proper nest.
filled out.
What was it? I filled out. Filled out looks like Phil Mitchell, doesn't he?
Is that?
That's him, isn't it?
I was going to say Mark Halsey, but he was poorly, wasn't
No, Mark Halsey had a full
remember
head of
who it
hair,
was.
him, didn't he?
He had what a forehead.
A full head of hair.
I don't know who was one that was poorly or not. I didn't want to kind of take the piss out of him because
Yeah.
I him on that. So, I was
Who was that? Oh, what was that referee back?
I love how now we're talking about bald referees.
The school teacher one.
Oh,
What
man.
was? He was always alright.
Keith Hackett.
No,
As Howard Webb was a copper, wasn't he?
Aye, he was a copper.
I can't
he was
think now.
he was a
I'm gonna
top
find
class referee.
Did you ever get when you were playing, you get
I
pro
can
set
see
cards?
his I can see his face.
Remember pro set cards from like the 80s? Like, remember when he got referee cards and all?
Aye.
Because I've got this Roger Milford. I had a Roger Milford card. He's like, I can't remember the school teacher referee.
He was...
David Ellery. Him.
Ellery, he's just died. I long since.
Don't know. I just put it in Google.
Is it?
It's not going to before.
I'm sure David Ellery died quite recently.
It might be who I'm thinking of, actually. Shows his picture and I'll tell you. I think it was, actually.
Yeah, I'm not really finding any mate. It's just loads of random.
This just looks like loads of five-a-side stuff there.
Is he old, that chap?
Ellery was.
He was in his 50s, I would have said.
Aye.
I think that
He was like a teacher at Eton or something like that.
Was he private school as well, was he?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he was like, David Ellery, that was him.
That's right, aye.
Yeah. He was a good referee, like, but he was a...
I'm not sure he died this year, you know.
Did he?
I think so.
Well, let's see.
Everyone's probably stopped listening by now.
Mike Riley, he was a baldy as well, wasn't he?
Aye.
Dermot Gallagher. He was a full-on...
Mike Dean, he was bald as well. Still is bald, I should imagine. I've become really conscious that I'm only bloke with head of hair in the room at the minute. Like.
Yeah, aye.
Yeah,
Even Adam's losing his.
Still alive, like, by the looks of it.
Aye. I'm sure there's a big referee died.
You're just killing people.
Aye, wait.
Just writing people off.
Aye.
No, Wikipedia doesn't say he's dead. So
I mustn't be. I'm sorry about that, Dave.
He's still alive.
Aye.
Aye, sorry for listening. Hope you're in good health.
Aye. I hope he is. Like, you know, I wouldn't wish it on anyone these days. Like, but.
So where do we go from here?
I'll tell you what I've noticed today. There's a lot of people being upset with Jordan Pickford.
Right, I wasn't upset with him, but I knew I'd probably get a bit interaction with Mackems by doing what I was doing last night.
Aye.
Oh. And it went to a level where like I was proper like biting at them. I couldn't even hold myself back. I was proper biting at the Mackems. But what had happened with Pickford, right? Obviously Newcastle fans are giving him shit all game. What's going to happen?
Oh, I get right on and all that, carry on, like, aye.
But, right, the ball was going probably the 85th minute or something.
It was right at the end, wasn't it? When it went out for a throw-in, wasn't it?
85th minute.
And he went to shepherd it out.
But the ball's like coming like towards like the corner flag and going out for a throw-in.
Right.
So Pickford makes an effort to run and make sure that ball goes out.
Right.
But obviously Newcastle fans are right there.
Oh, and that's like
Everton,
that.
Yes.
you're at the side on.
So he's
On the corner.
He's made the effort to get close to the Newcastle fans, so he knows what he's been doing.
Aye.
Then he goes away and starts giving it to them and that.
Right,
it's going to happen because he was getting shit.
As he ran up to them, they all started like surging at him and shouting at him, and that's so he just went.
But when Everton scored the goal, do you know how keepers celebrated? It's normally quite a muted celebration.
Oh yeah.
He's a prick.
Mate, it was like.
He
do you know
scored
when
a World Cup winner, wasn't
yes.
it?
Do you know like say a World Cup game, you keep us all the way at the back and the score win on the 89th minute.
Oh.
You would expect like someone like Buffon or something to celebrate the way he celebrated last night. He's
Jumped
jumping
up,
around.
he was going he ran the halfway line, slid on his knees.
He's
You know, elbow drop someone. Steve Harper.
Aye, Steve Harper. Give him. Who didn't give him dead leg? Who was
Was
it?
it Leon Best?
I can't remember.
They were out for a few weeks.
That was mint. That actually when he gave him the people's elbow, wasn't it?
Nile Ranger.
Wasn't Nile Ranger, man.
Give it the people's elbow.
Nah, it wasn't.
Nile Ranger would have shot him if he did that.
I can't see it. I think I'd be a mark man.
Brap.
But the Pickford thing, someone made a point earlier was Rafferty's jukebox. You know, Chris from Shields.
Yeah.
He made the point earlier, like the Newcastle fans that were biting at Pickford dined out on Darren Bent doing exactly the same on Saturday.
Yes.
So I think
I wasn't bothered about him doing, but what then wound me up was his post on fucking Instagram
Oh, get the rear one and
afterwards
all that.
when it was like
Always
it's
good to score against them or something.
always nice to shut them up.
Aye.
They never stopped the whole game because that was one thing that I really found. The atmosphere
Stayed after full time again.
Absolutely horrendous.
Was it?
The Everton fans were just sat there in absolute silence. Like there was no atmosphere. The only thing you could hear was obviously the Newcastle fans, but it was just. And I guess that just summed up the game, didn't it? It was just a meh.
I've not been to Goodison in years. Last time I was there was when Kabay punched that ball boy. Remember when I had the passport shirts on and that?
Yes.
And
then Cahill got sent off for the full-time whistle.
I think did he have to serve that ban when he signed for Millwall?
Yes, I think he did.
He must have done. I just thought on there like.
Yeah, he did. Aye.
Do they still do Goodison Park? Like I said, that's last time I was there. Do they still do the Find Maddie stuff at half time?
Find Maddie?
Aye.
Did they?
Aye. When was that? When I was there, end of the season 2012. And you know how they got the big screen in the corner?
Aye.
It was like, I've got photos of it and that, like Find Maddie and stuff like, and don't give up a search. And it's like, oh, mate, it's been 10 years. That was 5 years at a time, like, but. Aye. Aye.
If anyone's listening and know if they still do, everyone was at the game last night.
Aye.
Get in touch.
Find that now.
Honestly, I'm going to look for it on my phone now, like, I'm adamant.
Really?
Aye.
I remember they'd done something. That's mental.
I thought you were going to say, did they still play Z cars or something like that?
I know
Did they
that's
still
what I
give
was
out?
thinking.
Did they still give out mints at half time?
Mints?
Mints, not mince like a mince pie. A mint, a Murray mint.
I've just typed in there like
What
I
was
meant,
a 5
A
cent
humbug.
I meant to type in Find Maddie EFC and I've put in Find Maddie FC like it's a
Find Maddie Football Club. Right, where are we?
I bet there is somebody that's got a fantasy football club named that.
Well, they will next season. I can't see anything on you. I like mate.
Yeah, that was May 2012, I'm sure, because it was... yeah, we're gone. There? Oh, shite. Why have I done that?
EFC stars
There you
pose
go.
with
30th of May 2012.
Is it hashtagged as well?
FindMaddie.com.
FindMoney.com.
Oh, I thought it was hashtag. That was like hashtag Find Maddie.
They might have, because they had... Thank you for not giving up on Madline. I'd find Madline like in Pebbles.
In what?
It looks like it's in Pebbles, but like a bit pink background.
All right.
That's for the
I don't think they'll see it.
viewers. Like, nah, probably not.
Zoom in. Alright, call yourself cameraman.
But that was my view for that game.
Yeah,
Oh, did you have a post?
Yeah, he's got a plaque.
I had a very bunny pillar.
I bet there's probably loads of Newcastle fans from last night that wished they were in front of that post, behind that post even.
Not in front of me, you foul.
I see everything.
Put my tear in that.
See everything. It
It
was your
was
face the
just
wrong
a-
way.
I like Goodison though. Even though it's got that, I like that about it.
I've never been to Goodison.
Like you can't like Wigan or I don't know, Doncaster or something. They're all the same ground, but with different colour seats.
I was saying at Besty before I came when we
There's
went
just
to
a-
Anfield. I was disappointed when I went to Anfield. Really
Well,
disappointed.
it's since they've made that new stand, isn't it?
Don't know.
I don't know. I've never been to
Ripped
Anfield myself.
they ripped the soul out of it. But that's the thing. Everton it's an old-fashioned football stadium, isn't it?
Aye.
But it just doesn't lend. A bit like White Hart Lane was as well.
What
So
do you-
that was similar.
What do you think of the fans?
They were shit.
Like just just in general. Not like just last night. Just
the
in general.
Mackems and Merseyside, aren't they?
That's basically what you.
They
Would
seem
do.
to boo everything.
Like
Everything that happens is booed. If Everton win blue, they boo.
Boo!
Without Maddie, boo.
Did you hear the Arsenal
Chuck that
fans
back.
complaining about the kit that they were wearing when we played them?
Well,
Saying they couldn't understand why they weren't wearing the red kit and that's probably affected the performance.
Oh,
I think Ferguson stuff.
Jesus.
I don't know why an Arsenal team wouldn't wear red and white at St James's. Like
It's probably because the
They
contracts
have
that
to.
they've
They
got.
have to wear.
'Cause remember when we had to wear that green one that one season, a couple of seasons back?
green one.
We had to wear a
Oh,
green
the
one.
lime green one.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
wear.
They wore it at home in Europe quite a bit. I seem to remember.
Because there's a contract, so you've
You
got
have
to
to
wear
wear
it
them
a certain amount of
certain
times
amount
if
of
it's on
times,
sale
yeah.
to the general public.
Yeah.
But they were getting the white and purple one last season. Only wore that like once or twice. Wore holding the cup.
I think it's 3 games or something they've got to wear it.
All right.
What's the white and purple one again?
It was plain white,
white
but
with
like a
purple
purple
sleeves.
colour and purple.
Oh,
really, really
alright.
smart.
It
Purple
was a
shirt,
nice
like.
kit. Last season's kits were nice.
I will lush. This season's one nice. I think.
The black ones.
The
That one's alright.
This next season's just been leaked, hasn't it?
Has
Is
it?
it?
Yeah, it's very similar to this season's.
Aye.
I'll show you because
I shall have a look for that on twitter.com.
I saw a thing. I was on holiday when the one last season's one got released. No, where was I? I was at Glastonbury, sorry. And I come back from Glastonbury, like the signal's a bit hit and miss, and I'm too busy enjoying myself and that. And
Unless you're on EE.
no, I didn't take pills, mate.
That's it. It's just basically the same as this.
But when he
isn't
cut,
it?
it's
Aye,
hard.
it's
That's
got
need
It's got
different, really, is
the
it?
same colour as the
It's from
2010. Keep that up.
that footyheadline.com. They normally.
They're normally really good. They've got the colour on last year.
Doesn't
as
look
well.
that different, to be fair, does it?
That looks very similar.
But when last season's one first leaked, it had like a shield on the back. Like it looked like a Batman shield. I thought, that's meant that. Because I love, you got the shield model there, and it's got the shield on it.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
there's
yeah.
Newcastle United across the arse on the bottom.
Was that shield like a felt material?
No, it was
No,
the
no,
same
it was
as
just
the
printed
same
on.
as the
Was it?
shirt.
Just
The
printed on,
the
aye.
numbers were quite felty.
So aye. That's
Aye.
where I must be
That
getting
was
it
the
from.
first time they had the designated Premier League numbers instead of the Adidas
The
one.
thing is, when you get something like that on the back, you have to get a number in because it looks
Aye.
ridiculous if you
That's
don't.
when all the
Mine's got that on.
Should I turn it around so everyone can see? Wait.
but all the shirts, like the Puma ones, up until last season's when they had the thing on the back like a block, it just doesn't look very good.
Aye.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it's better with the red numbers.
Well, I've got
Season,
the
innit?
I've got the home
gold,
shirt this
right?
season. I never wear shirts out. Said the man in a football shirt, but I never normally wear. I never wear them for the game like that, like I say. But I got this season because it's lovely. Now I was walking out with a club shop and I thought I need a red number.
Yeah.
So I went and got Marino on the back. He's never played for them since. Like so,
The thing is,
So it's your fault.
it's my fault. It
what
is.
I would probably
Sorry
do in
about
that situation, I would probably just get a number on and not a name.
Aye, it's number 23 as well. Like and I thought that's
Surely.
Sure. I'm down Nottingham next week with work as well.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently the office is right next to Meadow Lane.
You've got to go find.
Oh, you gotta go and find
I
Shola.
want to find Shola.
Well, you didn't find out.
You didn't think I was going to say.
Well,
Still
so you might
looking.
as well go find
Still looking for you.
If you dad, oh, your grandma way, I'll go and find Shola.
Did you say
www.findshola.com
gram or a grand?
Both. Aye, that. Eight grabs.
or a gram.
The glitter bones, right?
Right. So, Shall we get to the questions? Because there's a lot of questions.
Yeah.
How long's it been so far already? Question time. Is it?
Probably about 40 minutes or something, is it?
I'm having a lovely time.
This is because like we'll get too carried away, then we'll lose control. Like we need like a little stopwatch here to tell how long it's going.
It's because we're having so much fun.
When he goes to the bar, it's normally about the 30-minute mark.
Right, alright.
So it's just aye.
Nah, it was longer than 30 minutes.
I think
Today.
it's certainly.
No, it wasn't just after 30 minutes.
Was it? God, I'm drinking slow.
Like what shit?
That home shirt, the new one,
Alright.
looks alright, that.
I thought you were talking about my Nintendo.
No, like, I did notice that earlier on, like, yeah.
Primark?
I prefer
Just for better?
Sega.
Prick.
I was a Sega man, like,
Sega.
What? So you prefer the Dreamcast over the N64? Are you kidding?
well, not Mega Drive.
No,
Mega Drive.
but
Master
like,
System and
N64
Mega Drive
came out at the
classic.
same time as Dreamcast.
I
But the
did.
Mega Drive was still better than both.
I did get it.
Oh! I'm gonna get Mario Kart.
I did a Mega Master
Zelda.
System, then a Mega System, and then I did get a. No, did I go to a? Was a SNES at the same? I can't remember.
I think SNES and the Mega Drive were like
The
the
same. Oh, yeah, I had both.
PS4 and Xbox one on the day, like, aye.
Right, so let's get on to it. Let's find some. Right, Arun sends in. Arun. We're not allowed to call Arun.
Yeah, he's not called Arun.
It's called Arun.
He's called Arun.
Alright.
Even though he spells his name Arun.
Arun.
Right, so he sends in. We need cheered up. So he's got some questions.
Oh.
This has been quite
Is Arun sad or
I
is
think it's been quite positive.
or is
like,
it us that is sad?
Since Christmas.
yeah.
Everything, oh, well, I think it'd be my died, like, but
Who needs cheering up?
Fucking hell, man, Besty.
Soz, man, died again.
Is it just us? Is it just us that need cheering up?
Everything's
Arun
positive since
needs cheering-
Christmas, apart from me mum died. Oh, yeah, Besty. Fucking hell.
I know.
Right, so Arun sends in chicken or cheeseburger. That's a tough one.
Oh.
That, like, that is really tough one.
It depends on the occasion for me.
Occasion what? Like a
Like
birthday,
if I'm going like to have a burger, like say if I was going to
No, but you're saying go and have a burger. What type of burger?
like McDonald's, if I was going to McDonald's, I wouldn't buy a chicken burger.
Oh, no, I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
I'd buy a big tasty if they were on. I love a big tasty.
But if I'm making a burger in the house,
But I do like a
if
chicken
I'm getting
burger.
like a frozen burger or something, I'll get a better chicken burger like every time. I like chicken with cheese on as well. I had dinner like in the Lakeside in Heaven the other week. It was like a chicken, cheese and jalapeno stack. And I would get that ahead of a burger. I did get that ahead of a burger. 'Cause
I do
got salad
prefer.
in.
I do prefer if I'm going to have like a burger or something, I'd rather go to KFC than go to McDonald's.
I'm not a fan of KFC. I'm putting it out there.
Well, to
I'm
be
not a fan
fair,
of KFC.
I'd rather get the chicken cottage.
Deka goes to chicken cottage
Chicken
for his
cottage.
dinner
That's
every
because
day.
it's that what they wrote from work. Chicken cottage is immense.
He's like the skinniest fat lad I
chicken
ever know.
cottage is immense.
I've never been to chicken cottage.
Oh,
you
it's
see.
great.
Never have. I'm
Spicy mountain burger.
So what we're
That's
going
what
for?
you need.
I'm going chicken.
I'd have a chicken on my Sunday lunch. I wouldn't have a burger on my Sunday dinner.
Right.
Because then you might be more kind of ketchup on. Like,
If I went out like for a pub meal, and they had like a burger menu, I'd get like a cheeseburger, bacon cheeseburger.
I'll probably get like a barbecue.
If I
one,
can't have
like,
man versus food, I'll get a burger.
Onion rings and loads of shit like that on it.
If I can't have man v food, I'll get a burger. Or if I can't eat Five Guys, I'm not getting a chicken burger.
I'm guessing you win most of the time as well.
Aye. Two.
That's it. That is a testing question.
That's probably the hardest
I think
question.
that's the hardest
we've ever
question
answered.
we've
It's
ever
interesting. That's well done, Arun.
I think it needs a poll. I think we need a
Arun?
poll, not like a Polish
Well
one.
done. What like Peter? We'll get Peter.
I can't think of any Polish folks.
No, I can't
Lewandowski's, he's Polish.
Lewandowski's Polish, aye.
Right, he also sends in, if you were going to make one of them daft football Twitter accounts. I've got one.
Yeah, we've got a few of them.
Yeah, if you're going to make one, what would your username and picture be? So does he mean like, do you know how you have these daft like something, then a player's name?
Remember when I was pissed and I made Carver's tie? Remember that Twitter account?
No, but why do I not know about that? Because that is the worst thing ever.
It was when Carver was manager and he kept wearing that black and white stripy tie.
You made a
So I made a Twitter account called Carver's tie. You don't remember that?
Are you a little bit embarrassed about that?
I thought it was the best thing ever.
How many followers did he get?
Absolutely hammered. I can't remember it. I think me and you.
I don't know. I've not even thought about that. But I know the ones like when you get
Carver's tie. I bet it's still live. Google it.
I fucking hope it's not.
like you know when you got like
God.
you seen racist pets.
No.
It's this thing that retweets like racist tweets from people who've got pets as a picture,
Right.
and there's so many. And it's that's what I've got in mind. That kind of thing where it's like someone saying, I love Britain first, and that like, and it's like it's like a gerbil. it's really like fascist gerbil giving it 6 out.
Have you not seen the one where it's like sex pests of Twitter or something like that, and it's like people that
Chipperfield's in
that
there.
that like tweet like
your white
models and
panties.
girls and stuff like that. So they just screen capture all of the tweets and then send
Yes,
them out.
yeah, brilliant them. Aye. Did they shut down?
No, it's
It's still going. It's got.
I follow it like.
There's one called, I remember that one ages ago, it was like train something, and it was just a bloke sitting on a train taking photos of lasses and like good looking lasses on trains. Like how noncy is that,
so
man?
creepy, that like. You know, I think last week you kind of like alluded a bit to kind of retro Twitter and that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's mentioned that. Like I was thinking about the work. Was Adam Pardew wearing dupe?
2015.
I've done the edit of Podgy wearing a dupe. I had like a full poster and that. It was fucking amazing.
I used to wear dupe when I was a kid and that, like, and I would dupe jump because it was a bit more summery. And like, it come like a turquoise bottle, and I had to stop getting that because I think I stopped getting a couple of years before. But I always thought like, oh, it was never off the shelf. I thought, oh, maybe it's one day I'll get dupe again.
I never liked dupe like.
No, I was dupe jump for me.
Very florally.
I like florally. See,
I had dupe, but it was long before Podgy. Like,
oh well, I mean,
now I wouldn't buy it because of the same
because
reason.
of the connotation.
Yeah.
Newcastle fans have basically destroyed dupe in the whole of the
It's like
northeast.
how when Mike Ashley bought
Dupe reminds me of
Newcastle
like cool water.
It's like when Mike Ashley
sort of
bought Newcastle and the Sunderland fans wouldn't shop in Sports Direct or eat sugar puffs.
I can remember when the Newcastle, it was Newcastle that had it was one of the blue Northern Rock sponsored shirts. Had like a white bar across the tops of the sleeves, like Hugo Vion and Bobby Slamo shirt. And that.
Yeah.
And they had a couple of billboards outside the stadium light, and it was a brand new Newcastle shirt. I think it was the first one sponsored by Northern Rock. It was NTL at that point. And it was some Macklem in the Gazette on the Sunday night. I've got £143 on Northern Rock. I'm taking the whole lot out. Shit. But Northern Rock did go bust, so maybe
that was a good idea.
That's what it was.
That was the start of it.
So right, just pick a player and a username. So mine's gonna be Shagadelic Shola.
Shagadelic Shola.
Yours is Cover Tie, you weird fucker.
Cover style. What? I forgot about Cover
How
style.
have I forgot about like that?
No. Well, I forgot about it until that moment.
Weird. Like you should be on a register for that.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Clearly not.
I don't even.
Yours are gonna have to be about Jonas.
Mine just. Well, I saw a tweet and it was someone with the referee spray, and it was Richard Keys has got Maddie. That's what I'm going for. I don't think Richard Keys has got Maddie. Lawyers. Just in case he's litigious, because he strikes as the kind of bloke that would be.
Like he's got like torsos in his freezer and that.
He's got just loads of kind of skinned kids in his basement now.
He wears masks.
Aye.
Allegedly.
I'm gonna be Lovencrant's third leg.
That's a rumour, like. That's a rumour about him.
That's as bad as you come. That's timing. Bloody hell. Right, he also sends in.
I'm followed at the minute. Someone follows me. Called it's Rafa's cat.
What?
Aye.
I follow.
But it's someone
cat.
when I don't follow them. But you know when someone in your contacts is on Twitter.
Yeah.
So it's obviously someone I know on my phone. I don't know who it is. But it's someone who I've got the telephone number of. Oh, Rafa's cat's following you. It's your contact. Like, yeah.
Ooh.
I thought it was Taylor, but he denies all knowledge.
You'll have to go and start searching the numbers.
I don't do that.
No, I can.
Analytic, I think.
I've got. It is somebody that you'll know, but I kind of now think who it is.
Like, so I'm trying to think who from Shields would like.
Because it's like it's like a second account of somebody that you'll know.
Aye,
On
that's
Twitter.
Right, so Arun also sends in, how unreal is Jamal Lascelles' lass? Go on Instagram and find her. Captain Leader Shagger. She's a good one.
I've never seen that. I'm assuming.
Arun again.
I'm assuming she will be because he's
Sex Pest Arun.
He's a handsome young kid. Lascelles, like, you know what I mean. He's like young and all that and all, like.
It's definitely
that was the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
He's lovely and young.
Tattoo of Shola that draws them in, isn't it?
Yeah, you should.
100%.
That is a mint tat.
That'll pull any bird, that wouldn't it? Having a Shola tattoo.
She's a delightful young lady. Pregnant now, up the duff.
Apparently so.
Aye.
You see that Peter Crouch thing this week on about like bunny lasses and that? Was someone who Peter Crouch has scored for
Peter
Crouch is mint on Twitter.
How mint was Peter Crouch's tweet about the royal baby?
Oh, you're looking up like that.
I was like that.
Someone had tweeted him saying, oh, I love you, Peter, I'm going to stop wanking out with your wife now.
And he's
That'd be great, thanks.
I like Peter Crouch, like.
Right, Martin Garrick sends in.
But did you, just before we move on, did you see, after he sent that tweet out about the royal baby, his missus, Abby Clancy, tweeted him back saying, why can't you be this funny in the house?
Aye, not funny, Abby. Right, Martin Garrick sends in.
It's fucking gorgeous, though.
Pickford is a bit of a knob, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. Why can't Perez pass a football?
Because he's shit.
He was falling down. It was a difficult battle. Nah, he just didn't play very well. I like Perez as well, but
he literally laced it into the fucking row's head.
It was
like Shearer's volley against Chelsea.
It was poor,
but
I'm not going to say anything bad about Perez because he's got us a lot of points over the last few weeks.
He's still got some way to go in my estimation.
I'm going to say I don't think he's going to be a Newcastle player next season, but I think we owe him a lot for the last handful of games.
I can't see Rafa getting a shot of him, like.
I can. He's gone away. I'll bet you a tenner now.
You reckon?
He'll be sold in the summer.
I think Rafa.
We'll get a decent.
I think Rafa likes him too.
I reckon someone will put like a 15-20 million pound bid in for him, and he'll be gone.
It's a funny one, like, because a lot of opposition fans actually rate him as a player.
I like him. I like Perez. I think he's a good player. It's a bit thankless his job at the minute because he's just not.
He's just so inconsistent.
He's really
inconsistent. That's the thing for me.
Those times his first season when he was picking passes out that like you couldn't see.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't see it on FIFA, and he was not. He was playing really well. He's got a lovely touch on him. I don't think he knows what his best position is though. Is he a striker? Is he a number 10? Is he like a attack midfielder? Like
Winger.
Maybe it's Younger and Biwa all over again.
Yeah.
Where like he's a victim of his own versatility.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Look, maybe he's just shit. You know, I don't know. He's better than me.
Martin Garrick also sends in, how much would you pay for Kennedy in the summer? I think the price that we're getting
between 7 million and 15 million by all accounts,
like
isn't it?
Is that the same? I think
12's
great.
Because I think we've already paid about 4 million in loans or something daft like that, isn't it?
Oh, have they? I didn't realise
That's
that.
ridiculous.
I'd have him in a shot like.
I'd probably. For the difference he's made, like, I'd probably get him 20.
Aye.
I
think that'd still be fair, like, wouldn't it?
Yeah, aye. Right, right. Black and White Barmy sends in, what did you make of Islam Slimani on his first start for NUFC last night?
Is that his name?
And he says, personally, I thought he looked rusty, as you'd expect, but reckon he'll look like a proper centre forward with time. Looks like a hard worker, a big unit, and he's no slouch.
He's a bit unlucky. I mean, there's only, 4 games left?
Yeah.
He needs minutes on the pitch, like, doesn't he? That's the...
Speaking of
you might not get that for us.
like I'm jumping back to Kennedy here, but Kennedy's last home game's coming up.
Because we've got Chelsea last game
he
of the
can't
season,
play
right?
Chelsea.
So West Brom on Saturday.
West Bromwell's last game at St James's.
Who got left? Watford and...
Watford, Spurs.
Spurs, of course, Wembley, that's right. Aye. Oh.
Well, the last point that
I'm thought of that.
3 games, aye. Oh, it made us a little bit sad, that.
Me as well, I'm a little bit melancholy
Sorry,
now.
lads.
Why didn't you save one of
I love how that made you sad, but like mentioning your mad dying,
That's
didn't
turned
it?
this year right in its head, that. Like, I was...
God.
Right.
I hope he does sign, like, because he's made a hell of a difference.
He has, aye. Yeah, he has.
So what about Slimani? Like, are we still giving him time?
I don't think we've
like,
seen enough of him, but...
Maybe he's taking on loan again next season.
Yeah, it's a shout.
He's going to want to move away from
Like,
Leicester,
just a
isn't
6-month loan.
Get him in the new year, see how we... And I'm not saying just get him, like, you know, in lieu of getting another striker, because I'd love to get some...
I'd love to
get
get
this 30 million striker that I've never heard of who's going to bang like 50 goals in, but, you know, that's... Maybe he's not that realistic. So I'd take him for another 6 months. Hasn't got to be first choice necessarily, but get him on the pitch, see what he's like. Like, look at him, sign him, because he's not getting the game.
he's made a good impact the three games he's came on, hasn't he?
Well, Huddersfield and Arsenal, he was responsible indirectly for a couple of goals, aye.
Stephen Howlett sends in, if our under-23s were to be drawn against Sunderland at home in the Checkatrade Trophy next season, what do you think the attendance will be?
It'd be full of kids.
I wouldn't go.
It'd be full of Bairns, like pitch invading or in sports direct signs about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't go.
No.
Would be... I think that...
I think you should hit the nail on there.
They'd get 30,000.
Bairns and Charles.
They'll get at least 20,000, I reckon, like. But if they bother, I'll give that a wide berth, me, like.
Jack sends in, best meal deal for £3.
Sainsbury's.
I've got a mate, honest.
Is he called Taylor?
Well, he's my cousin, really, and I can't claim that.
Does he run a Twitter account called Carver's Tie? Fucking hell.
One of the lads at work does a thing where he gets a Morrison's meal deal every day, but he gets the most expensive option he can get, so he gets the best value, even if he doesn't like it. So he's saving the most money.
That was the good thing about Sainsbury's. You used to be able to get the extra special sandwiches, where you get like the New Yorker with pastrami and all of that. There's a belt like that.
I get that from Morrison. That's my solid Morrison. I get that at Coke Zero. What's me figure? And
Pepsi Max Cherry Man.
He's not my brother-in-law yet, but my sister-in-law's boyfriend. That's all he drinks. It's all he drinks. He doesn't drink any like ale because he fucking gets into fights and that. Like, he's like Manchester lad. That's why Chester. Doesn't get into fight. Doesn't drink like all he drinks is Pepsi Max Cherry. Really? By the bucket.
It's lovely.
He's got like the fridge is full of them.
I go to Costco and buy 8 litre, 8 thingies of 2 litres from Costco.
I can't have pop notes. I'll drink it.
Right, Nozza sends in, how great is it when Mo Diarmi shoulder barges other players to the floor? Absolute tank.
I saw that.
He was good last night. He's probably the player that stood out to me. Like,
one of the only things I saw from the game last night, like actually last night, because I was like,
ran into him.
He ran into someone, and they fell over, but I couldn't tell there was any contact. I think he was just shit scared. This kid just hit the deck. But my thing with Diarmi, I kind of referred to this a bit earlier, is I still don't trust him on the ball. When he gets the ball, he doesn't seem as though he's got full control of it.
He looks like he's going to lose it, but he's somehow always... It's a bit like Shola used to do.
That's where I was going to go next, was this kind of Shola thing where he's got the ball, and it's like, you know, when maybe, we'll say Matt Ritchie, like he controls the ball, where he got the ball, and he pushes it the right distance from his foot, and you think, oh, he's got to do... Do you know what I mean? It seems to stick with his foot, or it goes like under his foot, or it gets a bit too far. And I think Dom's been brilliant, and he's easily been the most improved player this season. Certainly the second half of the season. But I just don't... If it's not right ahead of him, I don't think he sees the pass either.
Possibly.
He's not the kind of player like, you know, when he had like a really good football and said, Kabay, for instance, you could trust him to turn on the ball, drop the shoulder, get away from someone and play. He's not that kind of player, so it's not a fair comparison to make.
But
really.
we compared...
he almost fumbles his way through.
We compared Shelby and Diome to Kabay and Tiote last week, and we said the only difference is Tiote wanted to win the tackle, and that was it. Diome looks like he wants to win the tackle and carry on with the ball.
A lot of the time, Tiote, God rest his soul, a lot of the time he didn't always want to win the tackle, he just wanted to hurt people.
Yeah.
You could see
It'd
with
be
him...
a good idea if we made a flag up for Tiote, wouldn't it?
I think it would be a great idea. Like, I don't know why I haven't thought that already, to be honest with you.
I think there is one, but didn't it get stolen?
Yeah. No, it got returned.
But now that Tiote won, there was times when you'd see him lose the ball in the middle of the park. And I forget who we're playing against now. We lost it about 30 yards from our goal. And it went towards the, what's that one, Gallowgate and Milburn corner. And he chased it down. And he knew all the bloke had to do was move the ball away, and Tiote was going to catch it. And he did. And you could see it coming from, like, Tiote, his head was down and he was just going for it. And he was limited, Tiote, but he did a cracking job early on particularly.
Yeah.
But I think there's a bit
he lost his way a little bit, didn't he?
Right.
He did, aye.
Daryl Thompson sends in, which current NUFC player would you give a shot on your missus? Fucking hell, this is canon, it?
God, eh?
This is a family
podcast. What sort of question is that, Daryl?
Like yourselves?
Who did?
Clearly. No, it'd have to be someone that your last one leave before. So.
Somebody with a little cock.
Me.
You don't live in Newcastle United, mate.
Not loving Cranston.
No.
That's a hard question. Like, which Newcastle player would I let my wife sleep with?
None of them. I love my wife.
I thought you were going to say I love Newcastle United. I wouldn't wish that upon them.
I love the lads. Maybe it's Rafa.
Why would you put...
Rafa? Aye, Rafa.
What's that?
Battery dead. Rafa. We're dying. We've still got a few minutes. Right, so... He also asks is how good at hide and seek is Philip Albert.
Almost as good as Everton's favourite fan.
Right, we'll quickly fire through these. What's the worst insult? Being told that you sound fat? It's you.
I've had that before, aye.
Or being told that you've got a shit hat? That's me. I'm really protective of my hats.
Well, to be fair, that's just honesty.
Yes.
And well, actually, that's honesty
as
well.
Was it a fucking mint hat that I was wearing?
Did I hear right? Was it Trilby or a fedora?
It was a pork pie hat.
Oh, I don't like that hat when you wear it.
Fucking amazing, that hat.
I'm a man who can't wait. I've got a massive head, so I can't wait. I've got like a Pittsburgh
two or three of them,
Pirates hat I wore, but apart from that, I'm not a hat man at all. Like, so I kind of, I don't mind sounding. I wonder if I lost all my weight, would I still sound fat? Is it just cholesterol and shit in me throat? That's kind of
clogged up
just
in my voice box.
It's bubbling its way past all this.
Like your voice box dripping garlic in there.
You know the advert for Tabs years ago when it was fucking fat dropping at the bottom.
Oh, I remember
that. I lived from that one.
Right, Liam Shepley sends in, are there any players in NUFC history who Lascelles couldn't chin? He mentions Duncan Ferguson.
Shearer,
aye, that was the first one I said.
Oh, Ferguson was harder than...
Ferguson
was the hardest.
So we'll go Ferguson, yeah. Right, Josh McLuhan sends in...
John Anderson, I reckon he was...
Oh, shut up. You'll know who this question is aimed at, but who would you rather have playing for us next season? Murphy or Ben Arthur?
Murphy.
Was he talking about Daryl Murphy?
Eddie. Robocop.
Just give us a name.
I refuse to answer.
If you're like struggling with that and you hate Ben Arthur.
No, that's the problem. I don't want to answer that question.
Ben Arthur, like 5 years ago, no competition.
Yeah.
Ben Arthur now he's 32, and again he's fallen out with every single club he's been at.
Yeah.
He went to Hull, didn't make it, except for where was he? Was it not Lens? Where did he go in France before? PSG. Nice. He did a good job there. Went to PSG and they hate him there. He turns up apparently eating kebabs for training and stuff like that.
He's going to order all the lads pizzas and that one.
No, Ben Arthur can fucking get in the bin for me. Like He's alright, but Murphy's getting better as the season's gone on, I
So
think.
he's redeemed himself now.
Right, Rob Fish sends in. Do you think? People right send these in. Do you think we should have? I can't even talk, man. Do you think we should have stuck with Gale last night and brought Slimani on for the last 20 minutes, as it seemed we changed the way we played with Slimani? P.S. Why did that irrelevant Mackem cunt Pickford wind me up?
Hey, Pickford looks like he came off. This is England.
Yes.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
stretched.
Aye. Good keep
To be fair, I probably would have started Gale and kept Slimani.
Just because it was a winning team.
Well, he's made a big difference when he's come on. And I know I said earlier that I'll probably start Slimani. I still probably would, but I could see the merit in starting with Gale. Because
He's more of an impact player, Slimani, for me. Like.
He's come on, like you see, he's got a bit of nip about him. He's decent, he's strong, he's a bit frightening. I get him, because actually Williams, I don't even know if he played last night, but he's fucking shit. Just get about him.
What's he
He
called?
didn't play.
Is Schneiderlin still there?
Schneiderlin played in
Should be in the first 10 minutes. He didn't get put
that
back.
young kid.
Right. R&B also sends in.
Schneiderlin was playing midfield.
Another one. R&B sends in. Is it safe to get a 2-8 flag made? Yeah.
A what?
2-8 flag.
Safe. That boat sailed.
Get one made. One has been made. Pinched,
been made.
returned. Still there.
Yep.
Right.
Lisa's flag have it in their ownership.
Our mate Kevin Monaghan sends in.
Young Mono.
Who do you think we should sell in the summer? I want one player name. If you've got to sell a player, who would it be?
We had to sell them.
Yeah. He sees Dwight Gale.
It's all well and good as long as you replace him.
That's what I'm thinking. Because I'll probably say Mitrovic, because he's, again, what we said earlier, he's probably put a few million
His
on
value's gone up.
Aye.
His value's gone up. He's not going to play for Newcastle United.
As long as he doesn't play against me next season, that's the only thing.
I would have to sell him abroad.
Oh, yeah, aye.
You'd have to.
Aye.
Because you'd come back and haunt you.
Well, do you think Fulham will come up this season?
No, probably not. They might make
It's not
playoffs.
tight, because Cardiff have got a couple of games in hand, I think, in memory serves.
It's a funny one, because I mean, we sat here and said a few times, Fulham were without doubt the best team we played last season in the
no doubt,
Championship.
I'll agree with that,
I've still no idea how they didn't come up.
Right, I've got two questions there. This one's
Wednesday.
from Josh Wiley. Do you think the World Cup has come at a good time for us? Players pushing for spaces on that plane to Russia, helping the squad be more of it. Also, still want that poll for Deka to be kicked off the podcast for his disgusting eating habits.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, Deka, if you're watching this now, you've been kicked off.
Yeah.
Besties,
You've been replaced.
So, do you think the World Cup is coming at a good time? I don't think it makes a difference. I don't think either of them are
I
good.
don't think it has to. I mean,
I think Shelby's probably got the most.
He was there last night. I think Southgate
Okay.
was there last night and Shelby had a pro game.
was he bad? Was he on?
Nah, it wasn't bad, he just wasn't.
Just didn't.
Yeah.
Aye.
Didn't perform in what he has
But
last week.
Shelby's always been, for me,
Hit and miss, isn't he?
until the second half of the season, it's been one good game, then two
Yeah.
or three pretty shite ones, like. But that one good game has made a massive difference. You know what I mean? Like, I remember his debut. It was West Ham at home, and he put a ball
pass.
over for Janmat, I think it was, and Ronaldo scored. It was unbelievable.
Literally from left back to their left back.
It was on his toe end as well.
Right. So I have a final question from our mate Deka, who is in Portugal right now.
Playing golf apparently. I'm led to believe.
I hope it's not about fucking tomato sauce.
It's not. He says, my question for you all is, what do you think is in my glass? Obviously a slice of lemon. He sent me a photo.
It's gonna be gin and tonic.
This is a photo.
Because he's a.
Right.
I know that's.
Obviously a slice of lemon.
He's in Portugal, isn't he?
Yep.
It's Maddie.
Diet Coke and what spirit?
Maddie.
Let's
Their
see.
spirit.
Let's have a look at it. The spirit of Madeleine McCann.
I think. Right. So
We haven't even seen the picture yet. You're
Show
hogging
it.
the phone.
It's my phone. I can't hog me
Well,
own
no, but you've got to
phone.
like show what he's actually got in there.
So what's his lemon?
I think it's like Drambuie.
I'm going with vodka. I don't know what Deka drinks.
I'm gonna go with like Deka.
I thought it was
Deka
gonna be-
drink like Malibu.
I thought it was going to be gin and tonic.
Passoa or something
I
like
think
that.
whiskey. He loves whiskey, doesn't he?
Passoa.
But
Passoa's
that's
nice.
it's
It's not
probably-
fucking Coke.
I was seeing lass in Hebben years ago, and you remember Martha at the train station?
Aye, aye.
I was in there, and I seen the guy in the bar. What you drink, mate? Passoa and lemonade, mate. So, oh, what about you? Oh, fuck, that was mine. Pint of Foster's, pal. Cooked.
It's up there with
Cooked.
Malibu, in it.
That'll be no, it might be Mackem Tears.
Mackem Tears. Mackem Tears and Coke.
What have you mentioned that? You know.
What?
Oh, they got relegated.
Who? Are you been waiting for that?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. You popping those them poppers reminded me of the other week when I spilt me pint all over the table, which in turn reminded us of the time when Burton Albion relegated Sunderland to League One.
By a man that was wearing a bra.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Billy Connolly stand-up thing where he goes, people outside of Scotland don't realise that Partick Thistle aren't called Partick Thistle nil? It's from years and years ago.
Yeah.
I might start a petition to get Burton's name changed to Enjoy Burton.
Enjoy Burton.
That would be good. Even if they just did it on Twitter, I'd be happy if they just changed the name to Enjoy
Just for
Burton.
some numbers, I'll get Taylor and Besty to retweet it.
Aye.
Hashtag Enjoy Burton.
Just Enjoy Burton away. That should be the name.
It could be like a Burton. Have I got some? Oh no, it's a fact.
That's why I was. That's why I was encouraging everybody on Saturday to only ever drink Carling Lager ever again in their life.
Right, so
Burton.
we're going to have to wrap it up. So thank you to our sponsors, International Glass Consultant and Guglielmo Clothing. And you're wearing one of the hoodies that you've been sent by Doma.
I've got some.
That's very nice of him.
Some sort of stuff in. Yeah, the new.
What are you doing?
The new hoodie, showing off my G spot.
Alright.
That's well made, that.
There's lovely quality. Feel that.
Let's have a look at that. Oh, it's nice and soft. I was expecting that as well. It's nice, that. Like,
Beautiful.
aye.
Very good quality.
Yeah,
Nice,
the comfy
thick,
hoodies like.
weighty, and it's not just an ordinary print. If you look as well as it's
And
a raised print.
If you're a listener of the Always Smiling Faces podcast, you get 10% off.
Bargain, absolute bargain.
So, shall we call it night?
Let's do that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Best.
Thank you for having us. I've had a lovely time.
Thanks for coming. It's
It's not been that good night. But
you coming back reminded us of that time when
Sunderland were relegated by Burton Albion in League One.
Yeah.
I haven't mentioned Darren Brent got the goal either.
I know.
That was when he was booed.
He was booed.
Mercilessly, wasn't
Aye.
he?
Right.
Boo.
We'll say good night because we'll go.
Yep.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks for listening to this Premier League podcast.
And fuck you, Fezza.
You're not in our league, are you?
That's amazing.